Coming up right now, the world's best airline is giving staff 8 months of salary, all as a bonus.
Also coming up, a doctor charges $6,000 to change your eye color.
And a little bit later on, actor Anthony Mackie faces backlash after his bizarre statement about Captain America.
Oh, come on, man. Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hey, everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I'm Mitch English, and this is Daily Flash. How about that game last night?
How about it?
It was great.
Oh, my gosh. I was on the edge of my seat.
Oh, wow. Can you believe it? Matty Doolittle's with us as well.
So,
how about that Matt Doolittle, huh?
How about that, Matt Doolittle?
Guys, I am so ready for Epic Universe to open up.
Epic Universe Orlando, right?
Universal Orlando. They're already showing images and stuff from the Donkey Kong ride. It's going to be insane. Check out Preview Review on our YouTube page. You can see my review on it.
When is that supposed to open?
May.
May.
And more details on Preview Review, which you can get, like Matt said, on our website. And we have sweet baby Jane's taking care of the camera, guys. How are you?
Daddy?
I'm doing great, and I got something special to tell you about what's happening at Epic too.
Oh, you have something?
Yep, I'm involved.
You're involved in it?
What is James not
He is
involved?
Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Is that why you keep on bringing in those big barrels?
Saving the lady. Oh, I'm sorry.
When are you going to tell us that? Right now or later?
Oh, I got to tell you later. I got to tell you off cam.
I did see you wearing overalls the other day, and I thought that was an odd look for James.
I love my
with a big
snow bunnies.
mallet. Yes.
You could be the princess that he saved.
Oh,
Marley saves. There you go. What's shaking?
So this lady's come forward and said, I think I should be able to bring my dog anywhere you bring your baby. And of course, people are livid, as you can imagine. The dog people are behind her. The baby people, maybe not so much. People are saying, well, there's a huge difference between the two. Obviously, for certain reasons. I'm a dog person, and I understand her passion, but I can tell you that I don't think dogs should be everywhere babies can go.
You know, I agree, a lot of times, and I get it, and I understand, they go, my fur babies, people call them fur babies, and the last time and you've heard me say this before, I left my skin babies at home tied up to in the backyard, I kind of, the state seems to frown upon those sort of
that's
things.
not.
And so that's the big difference. And so is she wanting, is this dog leashed? Is she saying?
She wants to be able to take it to the dentist, the doctor, the grocery store, the hotels, on the flights. She wants to be able to take it anywhere a baby can go. And she doesn't understand why there should be rules for dogs versus no rules for babies.
and if you read that on a piece of paper, you're like, what? But then there are people that wholeheartedly believe that. They're like, oh, my dog acts better than your baby, which is probably the case.
There could be certain examples of
but
that.
Babies don't have teeth.
That's true.
They don't run around barking all the time, and you got to put diapers on the dogs.
There's a difference between a 10-pound dog and a 100-pound dog.
You got a horse for a dog, too. So, I mean, you take your dog.
There's no
really put him in a cart.
No, my dogs are large.
big boy Reimer.
Yeah, they're very large.
Tell me how to say it correctly.
Weimaraner.
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 Okay, I got it.
Yeah, you got it.
Very good. I always call them Weimaraners, and I'm way off.
Just call them Wimes.
Wimes?
Or Wimies.
Thank you. Ooh, I like Wimes.
Wimies.
All right, very nice. Let's go now to a horrible segue into Singapore Airlines, where they're actually setting the bar very, very high when it comes to bonus payouts.
Yes.
This is cool. The carrier says that it's going to reward its employees with a bonus. How much? 8 months' salary.
Oh.
Wow. And this is what's cool. The company reported a record annual net profit of $1.98 billion in 2023-2024 fiscal year. The Singapore air carrier was named the world's best airline last year, all according to the prestigious World Airline Awards, which is a great party, by the way. I've watched it every year on C-SPAN.
When you become a member, the gift
Airline
bag
Award.
you get, amazing.
They're always delayed, though. They never take off on the right time. Anyway, this is the fifth time the 23-year history of the awards that the airline has actually landed that top spot. Now, this here in America just went through this with Costco. If you remember, they made I want to say $7 billion or something like that. It was a lot of money. It was in billions. Everybody's like, wait a minute, why aren't we getting some of that? And they were going to go on strike. And you know all about it. Our Costco expert here.
Oh, you know, I love a good Costco trip. So now they've agreed to pay their cashier starting salary. I think it's $32? $30 an hour.
And we went there last night, and I was walking through, and the girl had I shouldn't say girl, the employee had another employee helper.
Yeah,
had a bag
they
boy,
always
right?
do.
Oh,
They always do.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I was thinking,
Yeah.
this? You get 30, all right. Where do I sign up?
Yeah,
And then $1.50 lunch? Heck yeah, dude.
Yes, exactly. It's quite a gig.
I just have a question, and
Lay
please
it
tell
on
me
me,
you
baby.
know. This 8 months, is it paid in U.S. dollars?
Oh,
Because that may actually equal out to $2, 2 bits.
that's true.
Well,
I would imagine it's.
And you got to factor in taxes. I don't know what kind of taxes they have to pay. But
You got a whole $5 we convert.
It's $5 they didn't have. I appreciate companies that do that.
Yes.
And and again, I'm not calling out Costco. I enjoy Costco as well. But they made a lot of money, profit, not like just we made money. They made profit that much, and they're sharing it with the employees. I appreciate companies that do that.
yeah, very true. An eye doctor has gone viral for offering to change people's eye color. I don't know about this one, you guys. He's been posting results of his work on social media, showing some before and afters. The surgical procedure changes the color of the eye by injecting pigment into the cornea. It's also known as eye tattooing. The process permanently changes the cornea from clear to opaque, and it comes with a hefty price tag. The elective cosmetic surgery costs around $6,000 per eye. The color change is instant, adding that it takes just 20 minutes with 1 day for recovery. Color options include emerald green, evergreen, Riviera blue, Paris blue, but the most popular colors are honey gold, steel gray, and olive green.
All right. Now, when you're talking about, it's like tattooing, you're talking about putting a needle in the eye, which that right there, I'm out.
I'm always against unnecessary surgeries.
I imagine, and they all have kind of a blue feel to it, at least the pictures that we saw. And Jackson, you've been blessed with beautiful blue eyes.
thank you.
And very good color. But they're saying that they don't know what the long-term result in this is. And why would you want to mess up something when we have contacts that can do just the same thing? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's scary.
Here's my other question too. Like, how does this affect like biometrics? Like, if you've got,
good call.
on your iPhone or even on your driver's license, if your driver's license says your eye color is brown,
That is true.
now that you've got a Paris blue eye color, I don't know. Is it any different than maybe a different color contact? Or?
Yeah. It's weird. And then, are you going to be more light sensitive now because of that has something to do with it? There's got to be a myriad of issues that has to be associated with this.
And does it wear off? Like, do you have to have it redone every so many years?
Where does it stop? You get your eyes, your
I'm
nose.
with
your
you.
eyes are always your eyes. Yeah,
Your
it's like,
forehead.
that makes who you are.
Like,
and I
where does it
get it.
stop? It doesn't stop. So
Yeah,
just change the whole body.
I would rather you just do a different eye color contact than actually inject something into your eye to permanently change it.
You don't know, and we don't know what this is like 10 years from now. What's going to happen to your eyes? Your eyes change, as we all know.
Yes,
Your eyes will change, except for Matt's apparently. who
Somehow I got blessed with good eyes because both my parents had glasses by their 20s, and I just turned 40, and I'm like, my eyesight is still perfect somehow.
and yet he picks up glasses in the airport bathroom.
And put them
What
on.
was up with that? I was following your Instagram. Is that for real?
So I found a pair of glasses just sitting there next to the sink. I cleaned them off, and then I just started working. I couldn't see anything in them though. They're blurry, but
Yeah, he put my glasses on when we were in Tampa. He's like, "Man, you're blind." I go,
I
"Not
couldn't
really."
I couldn't even find my fork.
It was interesting.
Try
Right.
Hugo's.
Keep your eyes. That is the one thing I would
Yeah.
not want to mess with at
Leave
all or
alone.
anything. Actor Anthony Mackie, well, he's not a hero to everybody right now. The 46-year-old Marvel actor facing online backlash for comments he made at a Captain America press event over in Italy. Well, Mackie, who is now taking over the role of Captain America from Chris Evans in the upcoming movie, said that he doesn't think the Star-Spangled Superhero actually represents America, adding that Captain America represents a lot of different things, and he doesn't think the term America should be one of those representations. Mackie is the first black actor to play Captain America. The actor's comments about Captain America went viral on social media. It sparked a lot of negative reactions from fans, You know, the whole character, Steve Rogers, and Matt's our expert on this, is like, you know, Captain America, America.
World War II veteran, you know, fighter and all this. But he also is getting in trouble because he was saying Red Hulk is like a representation of what America is like now. Like Anthony Mackie's got a real problem with like overstepping with some of the stuff he says.
And is it Harrison Ford playing?
Harrison Ford's playing
The Red Hulk.
Red Hulk, yeah.
Which
The
I
kid- the-
have a problem with that too because I don't get
Red
it.
Hulk in a
but-
wheelchair.
yeah.
Red
But I mean,
Hulk.
this has been the storyline. This has been out for a while. Yes, Captain America, just leave the character alone.
Yeah.
And if everybody who's a true comic book fan knows that the first Captain America was actually black, he stole the uniform to fight the Nazis, then he came back and got arrested.
And they brought that up in the last series.
Yep.
I'm sorry, what day is it?
I trust these guys.
Yeah,
though.
me too.
We trust that you'll stick around with today's trends and tomorrow's talk.
Yeah, stay with us. We're back right after this.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. Mitch English, Andrea Jackson, Matt Doolittle, we're all here for you, and it's time for us to get Flash. It's actually the time of the show where we get questions from you, the viewer, and we dole out our advice.
And each one of us gets about 15 seconds to sound off on the story, and we want you at home to go to our socials, leave your comments. Guys, you ready?
I think
Yes.
so. Yes.
Okay. My viewer asks if she should get Flash for choosing her family over tradition. She says, my parents favor my brother who married into a snobby family. They host Thanksgiving every year. Well, last year my sister-in-law's father was mean to my son when we decided to take a trip this year instead of the traditional gathering. Out of respect, we invited everyone, but they all declined. My parents said they couldn't pick between families and chose my brother. Now everyone is upset that we are going on a trip instead of having dinner with them. Should I get flashed for putting my family first?
So I almost married into one of these snobby families, and we have our traditions on my side, and I really got looked at different when I didn't want to take up their side of stuff.
Okay.
And I was like, well, we do Christmas Eve and Thanksgiving on my side with this, and I didn't want to give up that. So
right, there you
it
go.
turned into a fight.
Jackson, what say you?
I say that she probably should just get over it. If she has problems with the family, I'm
Your
canceling
timer's already.
myself. I say she goes in her own direction. She deals with her family, and then maybe at some time later down the line, they'll all kind of reconvene.
All right, makes a lot of sense.
Okay, another viewer writes, should I get flashed for making my stepdaughter do more chores than my son? My husband and I have been married for 17 years, each bringing a child into the family, his daughter and my son. We get along well, but I've always had my stepdaughter do more chores than my son. My son's in grad school, working multiple jobs, has little free time. My stepdaughter, who is not career focused, receives a weekly allowance of $1,000.
What?
A weekly allowance of $1,000 from her dad for sweeping, dusting, and laundry duties. Can I get involved in
Right?
that?
I'll take that gig.
Yes.
Recently, the daughter complained to her dad, and now he insists I should split the chores more evenly. Given their situations, I don't feel it's fair, but my husband and stepdaughter disagree. Should I get flashed for insisting that the stepdaughter do more of the work? Matt, we'll start with you.
I mean, if it wasn't he wasn't working so much, I'd say it was almost like a Cinderella type thing where, you know, she's getting at the stepdaughter. But if she's getting paid to do this stuff at home and he's actually like doing work which is considered grad school, that's a full-time job on its
Yes.
own. I think she's in the right to be like do that.
I think first off, yeah, you know, you're all you get paid what you've negotiated,
Yeah.
not what you're worth. And if you're paying that all together, no matter what your responsibilities are, there should be a checklist and your abilities to be able to do that sort of
Yeah.
thing. You know, and I can understand trying to weigh which one does more for the family, but $1,000 is way too much for anything.
Yeah, it screams entitlement to me. So I think, like, if you're going to live under your parents' household, there are certain expectations, and if they expect you to do chores, you should follow
Exactly.
through, especially if she's at least 18
They
years
get
old
a
or
grand a
older.
week
Yeah.
for that?
She's living
I
free.
love it.
She's living rent-free and getting paid to live there.
That's crazy. We'd
Yeah.
love to hear what you think about this, and of course, we'll share it on the air. You can go to our website, dailyflashshow.com, click on the sound off. It sends us emails. And now it is time for us to check in with Tony Toscano to find out what's coming to and out you, and at least out of Hollywood, and straight to your screen, no matter what size you're going to watch it on. With the latest, everybody, here's Tony.
Thanks, Mitch. In selected theaters and streaming online is the new comedy, The Problem with People. It stars Paul Reiser and Cole Meany.
I want you to find our American family and make things right. All right, now. I want you to call them now.
Hello, not interested.
Hello, I am your cousin, Kieran.
In the film, two cousins who have never met try to make amends for a family dispute that's gone on for generations.
This can be a fun ride. So, first of all, that, and then secondly, all the things we've talked about. I mean, the fact that it's a film with kind of universal appeal that speaks to other issues as well.
We premiered this a few months back at a film festival, and so many of the comments were, "I'm going to go home. You know what? I'm going to call my father. You know what? I'm going to call my sister that I haven't spoken to for 4 years because this is silly." It's like, well, that is pretty lovely. And like, yeah, of course we're not going to solve world peace, but if anybody leaves going, you know what, I think I can be a little better than I have been lately, that's pretty great.
Although very formulaic in concept, The Problem with People is a funny and enjoyable film with solid performances from both Reiser and Meany. Again, you can check it out in theaters or online. It gets a B and is not rated. In selected theaters is the family drama White Bird. It stars Helen Mirren.
Julien, you did not leave your old school. You were expelled for being cruel to another boy. I'm sure your father has told you stories about when I was a young girl.
He says you don't really like to talk about it.
I don't. But now, I think, for your sake, I must.
After he's expelled from school for his treatment of another student, a young man is visited by his grandmother and is transformed by the story of her attempts to escape Nazi-occupied France during World War II.
You know, we've lost that generation now, but, you know, they went through an incredibly, unbelievably challenging time, 1,000 times more challenging than anything. I mean, I'm not talking about Palestine or Sudan. I mean, obviously in Iraq, you know, there are places where people are profoundly challenged. But in our Western world, no one faces anything like what the world faced in those days. So I think it's important to remind people of that, and to do it in this way that is so loving and shows the beauty in humanity, above all, the love in humanity.
White Bird is an emotionally uplifting story of kindness and how that kindness resonates through one's life. All in all, White Bird is a beautiful and heartfelt story not to be missed. Again, it's in selected theaters and gets an A. It's rated PG-13. For the Daily Flash, I'm film critic Tony Toscano.
In this week's Boss Lady, we are focused on the habits of women who are at the top of their game at work and at home. Here are their top 7 tips for success.
Number 1, set and achieve SMART goals. Setting goals isn't merely jotting down wishes, it's a roadmap to your dreams. Start by defining your objectives clearly. Specificity is key here. Instead of saying, I want to save money, try, I aim to save $500 by the end of the year. Make them measurable, so you know when you've hit the bullseye. Achievable goals are within reach, challenging yet feasible. Don't set yourself up for frustration with lofty, unrealistic targets. Your goals should be relevant, aligning with your values and aspirations. Lastly, time-bound goals create a sense of urgency, spurring you into action. Whether it's climbing the corporate ladder, starting your own business, or mastering a new skill, the power lies in your hands. Remember, a dream without a plan is just a wish. Number 2, self-belief drives success. The cornerstone of every successful venture is unwavering self-belief. It's that quiet voice within that whispers, you can do this. Self-belief isn't about having all the answers or knowing the exact path to success. It's about trusting yourself to navigate the unknown. Even in the face of uncertainty, hold steadfast to the belief that you're capable of achieving greatness. Imagine a world where self-doubt doesn't hold you back, where you boldly chase your dreams without fear of failure. That world is within your reach, fueled by the power of self-belief. Cultivate it like a precious flower, nurturing it with positivity and resilience. Did you find the video helpful so far? Please consider liking the video and type "I am successful" in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe to participate in future giveaways. Number 3, Embrace mistakes and move forward. Mistakes aren't stumbling blocks, they're stepping stones to growth. Instead of dwelling on past failures, embrace them as valuable lessons in disguise. Reflect on what went wrong, extract the wisdom from the experience, and use it to propel yourself forward. Picture a sculptor chiseling away at a block of marble, each strike of the hammer shaping the masterpiece within. Similarly, every mistake you make is an opportunity to refine your craft and inch closer to success. Don't let fear of failure paralyze you. Instead, let it embolden you to take risks and push boundaries. Number 4, prioritize self-love and mindfulness. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, it's easy to neglect our well-being in pursuit of our goals. However, self-love and mindfulness are non-negotiable ingredients for success. Take time to nurture your body, mind, and soul, replenishing your reserves of energy and resilience. Self-love isn't selfish. It's a prerequisite for leading a fulfilling and purposeful life. Treat yourself with the same kindness and compassion you extend to others. Practice mindfulness, grounding yourself in the present moment and cultivating a deep sense of gratitude for the blessings in your life. By investing in self-love and mindfulness, you'll not only enhance your overall well-being, but also unlock your full potential. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup, so prioritize self-care and watch as it transforms every aspect of your life. Number 5, maintain a backup plan. Life is unpredictable, full of twists and turns that can derail even the best-laid plans. That's why it's essential to always have a backup plan in place. Whether it's a financial emergency or a sudden career setback, having a plan B can provide peace of mind and security in times of uncertainty. Think of your backup plan as a safety net, ready to catch you if you fall. It can be as simple as setting aside a portion of your income for savings or diversifying your skill set to increase your employability. By preparing for the unexpected, you'll be better equipped to weather any storm that comes your way. Remember, a backup plan isn't a sign of pessimism. It's a demonstration of prudence and foresight. So take the time to assess your current situation and identify areas where you could use some additional support. Congratulations! You've made it halfway through the video, and we're thrilled to have you here with us. So we have a special surprise for you, which is the Millionaire Mindset ebook, Your Key to Wealth Creation. Grab your free copy by clicking the link below. Number 6, accept help when needed. As independent and self-reliant individuals, it can be challenging to admit when we need assistance. However, accepting help when needed is not a sign of weakness, but rather a testament to our humility and wisdom. Whether it's seeking guidance from a mentor or delegating tasks to colleagues, acknowledging our limitations and reaching out for support is essential for growth and success. Think of it as assembling a team of allies who have your back and want to see you succeed. By leveraging the expertise and resources of others, you can overcome obstacles more effectively and achieve your goals more efficiently. Number 7, pursue personal development continually. The journey to success is not a destination, but a lifelong pursuit of growth and self-improvement. That's why it's essential to prioritize personal development and commit to learning and evolving every day. Whether it's honing your skills through online courses, attending workshops and seminars, or seeking mentorship from industry experts, investing in yourself is the surest path to success. Think of personal development as an investment in your future, one that pays dividends in terms of increased confidence, competence, and opportunities. By expanding your knowledge and skill set, you not only become more valuable in the marketplace, but also more equipped to tackle the challenges and seize the opportunities that come your way.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I am Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment.
So glad to have you here. So glad to have you here, Jackson, especially for this, because there was some research that went out that says, what do women find, what hobbies that men do that they find attractive? Well, this went big on Reddit. And so we don't really care what they think is the most popular. We wanted to find out the least attractive male hobbies, okay, for the girls that are out there dating and stuff.
Okay.
So if they say they do this, I'll start at number 5. Number 5 is if they say they have a gambling, they do a lot of gambling, would that be a turnoff to you?
No, not necessarily a turnoff. I guess it would just be to the extent of how much gambling are you doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
They asked a lot of them.
Are they winning?
Just that,
Yeah.
Brady. That's exactly what the one said.
You lose the rent money or no?
If you're a high roller, you're attractive. But if you're like me and you lose, like betting on if I can get up in the morning on time, then you're not. The next one, which I didn't realize was a hobby, but I guess you can kind of consider that. But on online trolling, they say that like people that go online and just troll other people.
That's lame.
That's
gross.
things that they do. That's a turn off, right?
Total turn off.
You get hired
That's
to do
gross.
that.
This one, I think I already know you know the answer.
Okay.
They're saying magic as a hobby is a turnoff. It's the number 3 thing.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely right?
No.
I think it's because of the world of magic. And like there's type of, but I honestly think every man should know one magic trick just to do, like for parties.
But could you imagine like trying to tell your parents like, hey, guess what? I'm dating a magician. Like my parents are a sorcerer, right?
It's easy. It's the way you sell it, right?
And not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's just one of those things where it's just like, be a tough one to explain.
What about, they say the number 2 least attractive male hobbies is collecting action figures or figurines.
Yeah.
That would be a
I'm
turn
going to
off?
say yes. Yes,
Nothing wrong with that.
What about shoes?
I got married. So I
Yeah.
got a signed Batmobile from Val Kilmer. So.
Shoes I don't mind.
Yeah, you can
Shoes
tell
are fine.
you're married now because
Yeah.
And then the number 1 thing, and I'm one about this, but they say the number 1 least attractive male hobby is playing video games. And what? Do you believe that?
Oh, no.
I don't either.
No,
That's crazy.
I just no.
Liza and I play video games together all the time. We love it. And matter of fact, when we were dating, that's where we go to our house and we would sit there and play all the time.
I don't see.
But they say, I guess it's the people that just play all day long and not leave the house.
Well,
I guess.
mean, there's a certain point where you're like, okay, you gotta, maybe come back to the relationship when you're done with it.
And they go, what's wrong, honey?
Yeah.
What if he's making money off the streaming though? And
then
playing games?
that's your job.
There you go.
If you it goes back to gambling. If you're
Yes.
making a lot of it and you're
Yeah.
successful at it, it's okay. It's not a hobby anymore, right?
Yes, exactly.
All right.
All right. Singapore Airlines is setting the bar high when it comes to bonus payouts. The carrier will reward its employees with a bonus worth nearly 8 months of salary. The company reported a record annual net profit of $1.98 billion in 2023 to 2024 in the fiscal year. The Singapore air carrier was named the world's best airline last year, according to the prestigious World Airline Awards.
Oh, they're fabulous.
They roll out the red
great
carpet.
buffet,
Yeah, they
for
sure
the
do.
show.
And the minibar, let me tell you.
Right?
This is the 5th time in the 23-year history of the awards that the airline has landed the top spot. So
They're
good
not
for them. How nice, an 8-month salary bonus.
They're not Singapore anymore, and I know that was bad, but that's the only thing I had
Get
out
out.
of all that.
Bad.
I
Collect your
leave
statements.
now. You guys shut up. I didn't hear you contribute. You and your shoes and your Magic the Gathering behind me.
Yeah, he fit a couple of those.
All right, an eye doctor gone viral after actually offering to change people's eye color.
Don't do it.
Yeah, he's been posting the results of his work on social media, showing the before and afters. The surgical procedure actually changes the color of eye. Why and how? Injecting pigment into the cornea. It's also known as eye tattooing. The process, it's permanent, and it changes the cornea from clear to opaque. It comes with a hefty price tag. The elective cosmetic surgery, about $6,000 per eye, so we're talking $12,000. The color change is instant, adding that it takes about 20 minutes with 1 day for recovery as well. Color options include emerald green, evergreen, Riviera blue, and Paris blue, but the most popular colors seem to be honey gold, steel gray, and olive green. And those that are born with these eyes are phenomenal. I always think of the National Geographic girl,
Yes.
you know,
Know
but
exactly what you're talking
we
about.
don't know what this is going to be with your eyes in the future. We'll have more after this.
Today on The Scene with Doreen, I'm sitting down with singer, songwriter, and music producer Ron Dante. His big song, Sugar Sugar, is turning 55 years old this year, and I'm excited to talk about it and so much more. Check it out.
Sugar, oh, honey, honey.
Happy anniversary! Your huge hit, Sugar Sugar, turned 55 years old this year.
You know, time flies like unbelievably. I remember the session. I remember the day we recorded it. I remember how I felt that day. It was a magical time. It was unbelievable, and it just speeds by.
What is the biggest memory that you can recall from that session, from that moment?
The Sugar Sugar session was amazing. I walked into the RCA studio and there was the producer, writer, Jeff Barry, and the co-writer, Andy Kim, working on the rhythm track. And I remember, wow, that's a nice sounding pocket they have going there. It's very danceable. Then they said, all right, sing it. And they showed me the song and I immediately learned the song. I said, well, I'm just gonna put a voice on there kind of like Donovan, you know, in Mellow Yellow. I wanted like a hushed sound on my voice. And we did it. We double tracked it. As we said, I sing along with myself. And that was the sound of the record. I remember thinking, this is a very cool song, but I had no idea it would become the #1 record of the year.
But it was a double-edged sword a little bit for you because you were a member of what they would call once upon a time a ghost group. You were the Archies. I mean, you were a cartoon character, and at the time, people didn't know it was Ron Dante, you know, and lead vocals.
They told me you're going to be anonymous on this. Do you want to take the job? And I said, absolutely. I grew up on Archie comics. I love Betty and Veronica.
Yes.
I said, and it's going to be a kids show, so it's a wonderful vehicle for my voice to sing. So I wasn't that disappointed. Also, Don Kirshner, who was the man behind the Monkees and now the Archies at that time, said to me, I'll make sure you get known for this at some point.
First 9 albums, Barry Manilow had 18 hit singles in a row. 5 or 6 years, I don't think you were off the charts. How did that match made in heaven happen?
I was singing commercials. Barry was writing some new commercials. I got booked on a session for a Pepsi product, and I walked in the studio and I met Barry, and so I listened to the arrangement. It was brilliant. I said, you sing really well too. He said, listen, I'm working with this girl, Bette Midler, but I really want to be a solo artist. Like, would you listen to some of my songs? I said, absolutely. If you can write songs like this commercial, you've got it. So we went in the studio a few weeks later, cut 4 sides, and that was the beginning. I knew that there was something special. I'd help him on the arrangements. Mainly, I would make sure that everything got recorded properly and it sounded like a Dante mix.
Did you ever get tempted to just make him rock out one time?
The label wanted the ballads for a long time. I was very happy that Copacabana came about. I said, well, finally, this is a big break from I Write the Songs and Can't Smile Without You.
Your newest album, Ron Dante's Fun House, it's on vinyl, and it has many unreleased songs on it.
I put a double CD out a couple of years ago with like 36 sides. Now we've got it down to 12, 14 sides. We got the cover done by a guy who does the Archie covers.
Yes.
The comic book, Dan Parent. It's just me with Betty and Veronica dancing in the background.
And also, for the past 7 years, you've been hitting the road in the Happy Together tour as you sing lead for the Turtles. And you're back at it again this summer.
Yeah, we visit 50 or 60 cities.
Yeah.
Last year, we played 60 dates in 3 months. And it's been a joy every summer.
It's been a pleasure talking to you. I mean, I have so much more, but I don't want to keep you too much because I think your life is crazy enough.
Thank you. I've really enjoyed our interview. You asked the beautiful questions, and thank you for it.
And if you want to hear more of our wonderful conversation, you can visit right here. I'm Doreen Taylor with The Scene with Doreen here at the Daily Flash each week. See you next time.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. A new survey by Adobe reveals nearly 70% of Americans sign contracts without knowing what's actually inside. Well, guess what? There's now a new AI assistant that's actually going to help out with that process. Digital lifestyle expert, our buddy Mario Armstrong, joins us with more. Mario, tell us how this works, man.
Hi, thanks for having me on the Daily Flash, and I'm excited to be working with Adobe on this announcement. So how this works is contract intelligence in AI Assistant really simplifies contracts. It can give you a quick overview, answer your questions, simplify all those tricky legal terms that we don't understand, and you can also compare different versions of contracts and spot important details, which is going to save you time and potential surprises. I also like that it includes citations that you can click to then verify those responses or dig in to read more. It's kind of like having a personal assistant to help you understand and simplify your everyday contracts.
Oh, that's cool. Love that, Mario. All right, so who actually could benefit from using this?
Honestly, just about anyone. I mean, look, you mentioned it at the top. Nearly 70% of people sign contracts without fully understanding them, and most are caught off guard by the terms after they signed. I'm guilty of that too. So the new capabilities are perfect for people who want to save time, but also feel more confident about what they're actually signing. Now, look, this won't replace an attorney, but it is perfect for everyday things. For example, we're at the top of the new year. A lot of people are signing up for gym memberships, or maybe they're signing up for a new cell phone plan. And these kinds of agreements are long and complicated. So with the new contract intelligence, you can quickly spot those hard to find details. Things like initiation and cancellation fees, renewal terms. You can easily compare contracts from different gyms and wireless carriers to figure out which one is best for you and your family. I love that. Let's say you're buying a car. You could compare financing contracts from different dealerships and look out for extra charges like warranties or service add-ons. And even for big commitments like a mortgage or loan agreement, you could clarify those interest rates, payment schedules, penalties, helping you avoid surprises. And I just really like the one-click summaries and those easy comparisons, especially when you're reading those long agreements.
Well, here's what I want to know. How does Adobe actually ensure that the security and well as the privacy of the customer's data?
Yeah, well, security and privacy are non-negotiable for Adobe. I mean, your data stays fully protected and is never used to train their AI models. So with that trust built in, you can feel confident, use contract intelligence and AI assistant, knowing your information is going to be safe.
All right, thanks, Mario. How can people get started?
Just for more information, just head over to the website. Just visit adobe.com/acrobat.
Thank you, Mario. More details on our website, dailyflashshow.com.
Hey, Medicare has a new $2,000 drug cap. Here's what you need to know.
Millions of older Americans who get their prescription drugs through Medicare will save money this year. For the first time ever, Medicare drug plans will limit out-of-pocket spending. AARP's prescription drug policy principal, Lee Purvis, explains the changes.
As of January 1st, Medicare Part D enrollees' out-of-pocket spending on prescription drugs was capped at $2,000 in 2025. This change stems from years of advocacy from AARP and represents a significant step forward towards reducing prescription drug costs for nearly 55 million Medicare Part D enrollees.
A new AARP report estimates that in 22 states, Part D enrollees who reach the new spending cap and have lower total out-of-pocket costs will save an average of $2,500 or more, even after you take premiums into account.
Far too many life-saving medications are still out of reach for millions of people who need them. Our data shows that this new annual cap will help ensure that Medicare beneficiaries will see savings and have more affordable access to the prescription drugs they need.
For more information, visit aarp.org.
Hey, if you haven't heard of it, live stream shopping is the hottest trend that's getting more popular than ever and is revolutionizing the way people shop and sell. Here to discuss this new consumer trend is shopping expert Hitha Herzog, who is teaming up with Whatnot, the largest dedicated live stream shopping platform. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
So what is live stream shopping?
Live stream shopping is a new and fun way to shop. So if you think about a live event and combine that with online shopping and having this interaction and discoverability on a platform in this environment, it really is about how sellers are able to go ahead and showcase their items, and you have buyers that are connecting to the sellers and asking a lot of questions. On a platform like Whatnot, they really are specific and emphasize this interactive and connectivity between buyers and sellers and the audiences that are watching. And of course, with sellers, they can sell all sorts of different things, clothing, collectibles. I think someone was selling live plants the other day. Really is about sky's the limit and bringing that fun back into shopping again.
What is unique about this kind of shopping experience?
Well, like I was saying, buyers have the ability to really connect with the community, and sellers are really about transforming their businesses and reaching new customers. So, I'm a kid from the 80s. I remember what it was like to go to the mall and have these conversations and ask questions. And it's the same sort of vibe, but for the digital age. And, it's really interesting with Whatnot because you have these sellers. I have an example for you. One woman left her corporate job. She's now making $100,000 a month doing these live streams 6 days a week. And then there's another woman who took her shoe collecting hobby, leveraged the platform of Whatnot, and is now making 6 figures, or excuse me, I should say 7 figures. I think even last year she brought in about $4 million selling collectibles and selling her shoes on sneakers on Whatnot.
Great. Where can we go for more info?
You can go to whatnot.com or download the app.
According to Fidelity Investments' latest New Year's financial resolution study, nearly 2/3 of Americans are considering a financial resolution for the year ahead. Joining us now to discuss is Leanna Devaney, Vice President and Branch Leader, Fidelity Investments.
As we know, this is the time of year where people are really reflecting on the year ahead. And the study shows more than half of Americans are feeling overwhelmed by their personal finances, and 30% say they have a stressful relationship with their money. So when it comes to top financial concerns, unexpected expenses and inflation are the top 2 concerns, and that's followed by economic uncertainty. Many people are thinking about their current situation, whether it's the state of their finances, their physical health, their mental health, and ultimately they decide they need to change. And this is a fairly common action at the start of the year. So January is Financial Wellness Month. And to help people achieve their goals, Fidelity offers a number of resources, including insights and tools on popular topics, saving, spending basics, and really helping achieve those money milestones that matter to you. Fidelity.com/myfinancialwellness brings everything together to help people on their financial well-being journey.
Thanks for all that great info. We'll make sure we have it on our website at dailyflashshow.com.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. Singles are seeking out in-person events to meet potential love interests. Cordell Beckham and Got Milk have kicked off cuffing season with a speed dating event. Check this out.
It's cuffing season, the term for when single people begin to look for short-term relationships. You know, someone to snuggle up with through the fall and winter months that last through Valentine's Day. With singles getting sick and tired of the online dating scene, the California Milk Processor Board, or CMPB, creators of the iconic Got Milk brand, has a cute campaign going to kick off the season, encouraging genuine, real-life, in-person connections. It's called Real Matches Are Back, and they've invited singles to reconnect for a speed dating breakfast at classic American diner Mel's Drive-In in L.A., appropriately hosted by Love Island's Cordell Beckham.
So look, today's event is gonna be curious. Milkshakes and morning jammies, huh?
And a few others who are no strangers to the dating scene. Actresses Julianne Hough and Fiona Palomo, Love Island's Miguel Harichi, and Nick Viall from The Bachelorette. This event was the first in a series of brand activations they're planning at different spots throughout California this fall.
With the launch of Real Matches Are Back, the folks at Got Milk are creating a space where people can disconnect from technology and connect with each other on a deeper level. And it's a vibe, you know? We have singles coming out sporting their cozy PJs, but I think it's great. You know, there's nothing more simple and authentic than sharing a conversation over breakfast and a glass of milk.
Got Milk and Mel's Drive-In have collaborated on an exclusive menu and co-merch drop. And through the end of October, Mel's Drive-In West Hollywood and San Francisco Lombard Street locations are giving away free milkshakes to couples dining in claiming the offer while sporting their coziest and comfiest PJ styles on their dates. To learn more, go to gotmilk.com or follow Got Milk on Instagram, TikTok, or X.
Did you see this video of Nicole Kidman and Salma Hayek kind of getting into it?
Two hot women. Wait, no. Tell me about this.
Paris
what happened?
Fashion Week. It's Nicole Kidman, Salma Hayek, and Katy Perry. They're there at the Balenciaga show, right? Okay. Balenciaga show, and they're taking a picture. And at one point, Nicole Kidman turns her back towards Salma Hayek, and Salma looks like she's kind of motioning to push her around, and Nicole Kidman sort of pushes her away, and then there's some words that are exchanged and some fingers that are wagged, and it's like, oh boy.
Okay, and that's her boss, right?
Yeah, Selma Hayek's husband owns the company that Nicole Kidman works for.
Nikki, you better watch it.